So, I want to welcome you all to my webinar on emotional support essential oils for people and pets. My name is Allie Phillips. My business is Manifested Harmony, and I am a Young Living Silver Leader at this moment in time as I record this and do the live class on May 17th of 2017. So the information I'm going to share in this presentation is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. What I am going to talk about is my experience and my qualifications based on using this technique that I'm going to talk about. But what I always tell people is you need to know why you're using an oil and for what before you use it, because you are absolutely responsible for not only your own health and well-being, but for that of your pets, because I'm going to be talking about how this can apply to pets. So I always encourage everyone to do your own research and just check out everything that I'm saying and test it out on yourself. So let me tell you just a little bit about me, which will explain why I'm going to talk about how this technique can benefit pets. So I am a former prosecuting attorney. I live in Lansing, Michigan, and currently, and actually really for the past, 14 or so years, I'm what I now call a traveling legal educator and consultant. And I travel across the country and internationally, and I teach on animal protection issues and how they relate to violence against people. Fun topics, right? So no wonder I use oils. I'm also a book author. I advocate on behalf of animals and people. I do a lot of lobbying. I was a lobbyist for 4 years when I lived in Washington, D.C. Lived there for about 11 years collectively, working nationally on these issues. And during that time, back in 2011, I opened up my healing and wellness business called Manifested Harmony. So I'm also certified in 3 modalities as a master instructor in Reiki, integrated energy therapy, and I'm an advanced crystal master. And I started with Young Living in February of 2013. And I'm going to be talking about Young Living oils and 6 in particular. And the reason that I started with Young Living and pretty much ditched oils that I had been using for 15 years that never worked, it was because I needed them to be safe for animals. And Young Living, in my research and education, is the only brand that can be safely used with animals because we are the only essential oil company that openly talks about oils for animals on the corporate website. That's what makes us different. But I was also really blessed to be asked to be a faculty member and teach at Young Living's 2017 Animal Essential Oil Conference, which just happened last month. And this technique was reinforced to me. And 2 of the handouts that you have in the chat are from 2 of my friends who actually did this technique on a horse and a dog at the conference. And so I wanted to include their material so that you could have that. So these are the oils, if you have them, to have on hand, because I'd actually like you to go through this technique as we're going through this webinar. Now, if you don't have them, that's okay. I'm going to show you how you can get them, because this is the kit and the oils and the technique that is going to help on so many different levels. So let me first start with the reality of being a human. So we are in very challenging times, and I don't know anyone who is immune from this. We are in a lot of challenging times. There is a lot of scary stuff happening in the world right now, and it can take a toll on our emotions and eventually on our physical health. And depending on the type of work that you do, that could actually be exacerbating these challenging times. So, kind of going into my energy healing mindset, we are in an energy shift right now that we've actually experienced for about the past decade. And we're going to experience it for many more years. We pretty much passed over the threshold of it, and we're now on our way to embracing a new energy. But when you think about embracing something new, that means things have to change. And human beings don't like change. And so as we've kind of shifted out of this 5,100 year, time span that we've been in, 2,000 of those years was in the age of Pisces. That was all about competition, aggression, war, and individualism. And now we have shifted into the age of Aquarius, and that's all about oneness and compassion and feminine energy. It's heart-centered, which is why we're seeing so many heart-centered, compassionate businesses and philanthropies thrive. But in my opinion, we're actually seeing the final showdown of this old Pisces warring energy playing out right now, as that old energy is grappling to maintain control. And we're seeing it. We see it play out in the news. And it can actually cause us a lot of anxiety and concern. But this new energy is shifting us away from that and asking us to let go of the past, let go of the old energies, let go of the competition, the aggression, the war, the individualism, and to let go of anything that's blocking us from self-actualizing into who we are really meant to be deep in our core. So as humans, we experience a variety of emotions. Everyday slights. Somebody cuts you off in traffic. A coworker looks at you funny and then starts whispering to somebody. Taking on the issues of other people. People who are behaving badly or have roller coaster emotions or are just downright mean. Depending on your work, maybe taking on the trauma or the compassion fatigue of those who you are trying to help if you are in a helping industry or a service industry. In my work, working with abused animals and abused people, there is loads of vicarious trauma and compassion fatigue. I actually have a separate presentation about that on my YouTube page, which I'll give you the link to that at the end. But you can also get vicarious trauma and compassion fatigue simply by watching the news and scrolling through Facebook. And a lot of people don't know that, and it drains your energy. The reality of being human is that maybe you have had an accident happen to you or a scary situation. Maybe you were victimized. There are people who are assaulted and have horrible things happen to them. And that can store as emotions in your energy. And just trauma. Everyone processes things differently, but it all results in trauma. And so that's the reality of being human, because if we didn't have the ability to feel all these emotions, we would not be human. So it's something that we get to encounter being a human on this planet. Now let's talk about the reality for our pets. Now, our pets may have an unknown past. They may have come from a situation where they were abused or neglected. They may have come from a puppy mill situation, an animal hoarding situation, a dog fighting situation. They could have been a fighting dog, or they could have been the bait animal. And that happens with a lot of small dogs and cats where they're the bait. They could have just come from a stressful environment where they weren't wanted, they weren't treated well. They could have come from an environment where the person that they loved the most passed away, or something happened and they had to be given up. Pets feed on the energy of their family. And I see it all the time where people say, oh, I'm just like my cat and I'm just like my dog. And I look at them and I have to giggle because they'll come to me and say, my dog is so anxious. And I look at them and it's like, yeah, because you're anxious. They're feeding off of you. So that's a reality for our pets, because they are locked in our homes as loving prisoners, and they take on our energy. But they can feel the loss of people and pets. If somebody passes away, if a pet passes away, somebody moves to college, or there's a divorce, they feel that loss. They feel changes. They don't like changes, but they feel them, and they feel the emotions like we do. And this is something that I have spent my career as an attorney trying to get that last point across to the criminal justice professionals, so that there's better enforcement of our animal protection laws, because all animals feel emotions like we do, and they feel pain like we do. So that's the realities for our pet, and they can store these emotions in their body just like we do. So this technique that I'm going to teach you, what exactly does it do? Well, it helps us to move out energies and feelings that we no longer want to hold on to. So when we hold on to an old emotion, it will wear the body down. So if there's something that you haven't forgiven, if there was an argument or a fight, or somebody in third grade wrote you a nasty note and you've never let it go, or you stood up for the prom, that actually over time acts like acid in the body, and it wears you down. And, and I'm so grateful for all of my energy healing training, because it taught me where we store emotions in our body, and that we need to let those emotions go if we want to feel vital. And isn't that what we all want? If you don't have your physical health and your emotional health, you really have nothing. It's very, very hard to live in this world when you don't have that. So we really want to feel vital. So moving these old energies out is very important. This technique also helps you to balance the energy in the body. Our body is an energy body. Everything in this world is comprised of energy, from the desk that I'm sitting at, to the water that I'm drinking, to you and me. We all have an energy and a vibration. Sometimes we don't know what's wrong, but we know we don't feel right. This technique can help balance that without ever getting to the root of it. Because sometimes we don't need to know. We just want to feel better, right? And so it'll help balance emotions. So if you feel up and down and all around and like a roller coaster, that is not vital, vibrant health. So it's going to help with that. It's going to help you get unstuck. So if you're trying to grow something and you're stuck, there could actually be an old emotion or a belief holding you back. So what it does is it helps you to release and to let go, so that you can embrace the future and live the life that you're supposed to live. One thing that I say to people all the time is, if you're not living your life, who will? So many people are living their lives for other people. They're living their life for their children, for their spouse, for their parents, for their community, for their society. This technique is going to help you embrace your future and help you live your life, because when you are at your best, everyone around you benefits. So who should try this technique? Well, let's just say if you harbor any of these energies, you need to try this technique. If you've been feeling sad or melancholy, and maybe you don't know why, you're grieving the loss of a person or a pet or a job or a relationship or your health, you have fear about the future. Maybe you have lack of forgiveness of things that happened in the past. You have anger towards people or situations, or governments or agencies, or, any sort of anger towards yourself. You feel stuck. You feel numb, like you just don't care. Maybe you're cutting yourself off from people, not getting out of the house, not connecting with people. That's an emotional numbness. You are antsy, you're nervous, you're restless. Maybe you're lacking direction, you're lacking motivation. You know you need to take certain steps to do something, but you're not doing it and you don't know why. If you answered yes to any of these, this technique is for you. So what do you need? So I've given you, for those on the live webinar, I've given you in the chat room this chart, which I encourage you to download. because it's going to give you everything that you need. And for those watching the recording, I will put a link to this in the YouTube page. You also need a comfortable place to sit in a quiet location, and you need the Young Living Feelings Kit, which has 6 oils in it. So let me go through what the technique is, and then I'm going to go through the oils. This is a technique when you're feeling any of those emotions. You need to do this 1 or 2 times daily until you feel more positive, feel more balanced. Whatever the emotions are, you feel that they have neutralized. So here's the thing, when we're working with emotions, it's not that you're going to forget. This is not a mind eraser. What you're working towards is neutralizing negative emotions from the past, so that when you think about a situation or a person or event, you're just like, meh, who cares? You're neutral about it. So that's the goal. So you do this technique 1 to 2 times a day until you feel comfortable. Now, it may happen in one application. You may have to do it a couple of days or a couple of weeks. I'm really not aware of anybody who's done this more than a couple of weeks, but everyone's different. What I do know is that you should not experience any uncomfortable emotions. If you do feel them, there's something else going on, and I would ask that, you go to a professional to get some help. But you shouldn't experience any uncomfortable emotions. So this is a combination of inhaling essential oils, doing an oil application, and using affirmations. So you're going to work with the oils in the order that I'm going to go through, and give yourself about 30 minutes to do this. I can do this technique in about 15 minutes because I've done it so much, but give yourself 30 minutes. I mean, this is like a ritual. Give yourself that time to do it. All right. First oil that you're going to use is Valor. You can use Valor 2, because the difference between Valor and Valor 2 is just a couple of oils, but it has the same frequency to result in the same goal of what the oil is. Now, we start with Valor so that you have the conscious and the subconscious courage to do this. There are people that I know who so desperately want to get themselves balanced and get themselves well, but they dig their feet in the ground every step of the way. So they say one thing and they do the other. And if that's you, you need this technique. Because I just see a lot of that, of what you say is not what you do. So this gives you the conscious and the subconscious courage to do this, because Valor instills courage and confidence and self-esteem. It's known to be the oil to energetically and electrically balance the body. So, we often don't know that we're refusing to release energies, that we're refusing to feel better. We're refusing to live our life to the fullest. It's so sad. I see it all the time. It's like these people are waving a white flag and they have no idea that they're waving a white flag, that they need help. So how you're going to do this is you're going to topically apply about 2 to 3 drops on the bottom of your feet. The feet have the biggest pores so that the oils can go into the body faster. Now, I also like to put this on my shoulders, because if we do not have confident shoulders, you see those people where they stand upright and their shoulders are back and they look like, wow, they got it together. That's why I put Valor on the shoulders, but you can just do the feet. And you're doing this to balance your feelings. Now for pets, you're going to put it in the same location, on their feet. And if they won't let you put it on their feet, put it on their shoulders. And then, so one thing that I do, it's a helpful hint. We're going to do 6 oils. I put each oil on a different finger. So find 6 fingers. I do usually 3 on one hand, 3 on another. And only put that oil on that finger so that you're not cross-contaminating the oils. So topically apply, and then the oil on that finger, deeply inhale it. Like at least 3 very deep inhalations while you say the affirmation, I have confidence and courage to transform. I am a big believer in the power of 3. We do things 3 times to really instill it in us. So if you have the oils with you, do it right now, get it on your feet, and then smell the oil. And you can say in your mind, I believe it's much more powerful to say it out loud because you are activating certain brain cells, certain parts of the brain, and certain muscles when you speak it. And so you're going to say 3 times, I have confidence, courage, and transformation. Confidence, courage to transform. I have confidence and courage to transform. I have confidence and courage to transform. And what you want to do is say it in a voice that has confidence and courage. Don't say it like this. I have confidence and courage to transform. No, that's meek. Don't do that. Have confidence. Use a loud voice. That's what Valor is. It gives you that confidence and courage. Now, you're going to also do this at the end of the technique so that you're sandwiching this entire technique with courage and confidence to transform. Okay, everybody got that? Let's go to the next oil. The next oil is Harmony. Some of the oils we actually have the frequency of, and Harmony has a frequency of 101 megahertz. A healthy, vibrant physical body vibrates at 78 megahertz. Anything higher than that makes us feel really great. So this will give you an idea. So Harmony helps to harmonize all of the chakras in the body, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, and to harmonize all of the energy fields in the body, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual energy fields. Because when we live in harmony, we are in that sweet spot of balance and homeostasis where the body is completely balanced. So Harmony is a blend, and it supports physical and emotional bodies. It helps to combat feelings of discord, to reduce stress. It's very uplifting and elevating. It gives you a nice positive attitude. And so what you're going to do is you're going to topically apply it on the 7 primary chakras on the body. And this is on people. And what you're doing is you're releasing unpleasant energies. For pets, you're just going to topically apply it over their heart. And as you're doing this, you're going to deeply inhale the Harmony off of now your second finger that has this oil on it. And you're going to say, I live my life in harmony. I live my life in harmony. I live my life in harmony. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the chakras, here they are on the human body. So we always start from the bottom and work our way up. So the root chakra is at like the base of the tailbone. That's the red one. The sacral chakra is the orange, and that is around the belly button. The solar plexus chakra is the yellow, and that's over the stomach. The heart chakra is the green one, and that's over the heart. The throat chakra is the dark blue, and that's over the throat. The third eye chakra is the light blue, and that's on the forehead. And the crown chakra is purple, and that is on the top of your head. So what you're going to do is put like 1 or 2 drops on your finger and just touch it to all of these chakras. Just touch it very lightly. And that's how you're going to get the application. Now for pets, you're just going to put it on their heart. All right, let's go to the next oil, which is Forgiveness. This has a frequency of 192 megahertz, so that is more than double the healthy vibration of a human body. This is an incredibly powerful oil packed with floral oils, because when we get flowers, we feel great. So the question is, are you willing to forgive whatever has happened? And you may not even know that you're harboring lack of forgiveness towards someone or an event or a situation. This will help you let it go. It will help you to start the forgiving process, even when you consciously may not know what needs forgiving. Many times we need to just simply forgive ourselves. And so this helps you to let go. It helps you when you feel hurt or abandoned. It helps to release those memories and emotions that are harmful. So what you're going to do is apply 1 to 2 drops over the navel. This is where the sacral chakra is. And when you apply it, you're going to rub it around your navel clockwise. And again, do the power of 3. Do 3 clockwise circles. And as you're doing that, think about who you're angry with. The first person that comes to mind. If I were to ask you right now, who are you angry with? What's the first person, situation, event, or entity that comes to your mind? That's what you need to think about. You're going to do the same location on pets. Now, if you do the clockwise thing on them, they're going to feel that you're tickling them, so be prepared for that. I did it on my cat Rudy, and he got all excited. All right, so the inhalation and the affirmation that you're going to do is as you're deeply inhaling. So now you have an oil on a 3rd finger. You haven't mixed it with Valor or Harmony, but you're going to deeply inhale at least 3 times while saying 3 times, I forgive, say who or what it is, including myself. I forgive, insert name, including myself. I forgive, insert name, including myself. Now, when I say do this 3 times, you are also to just sit in this and just keep breathing and let it penetrate. Because when you breathe in an oil, it goes to the limbic region of the brain where we process emotions. You need to let it get all the way through the body. So this is why if you can spend 5 minutes per oil, that is optimal. That's a 30-minute session. But if you don't have that much time, do at least 3 minutes and just keep smelling and smelling and smelling and inhaling it and saying the affirmations while you're doing it. All right, let's go to the 4th oil. The 4th oil is release. Release has a frequency of 102 megahertz. And now that you've really stirred up the blocks and the emotions with the forgiveness oil, you can start to release them. So this helps to release negative memories. It can help stimulate a sense of being free and unburdened, and really can bring a great sense of peace and emotional well-being. I believe everyone, every day, should put release on the bottom of their feet before they go to bed so that you can release the day. But in this technique, what you're going to do is topically apply 1 to 2 oils over the liver, because the liver is where we store anger. So where's the liver? So it's on the right side of the body, and it's a little bit off to the side, and it's directly under the breast. Now, if you feel that you also have some resentment, anger and resentment are different. Resentment is in the same location, but on the left side. Because in the energy healing world, the body is broken into feminine and masculine energies. The right side of the body is masculine. The left side is feminine. The right side of the body is anger. The left side of the body is resentment, because men get angry and women get resentful. Is that not true? Isn't that awesome? So you're going to topically apply it over the liver. You can also hit on the left side, which is where the spleen is, where we store resentment. And you're going to do the same for pets. And then that oil is on a 4th finger. You're going to deeply inhale the release oil at least 3 times while saying, I release all negativity from my body, mind, and spirit. I release all negativity from my body, mind, and spirit. I release all negativity from my body, mind, and spirit. And then just breathe it in. Spend 3 to 5 minutes just breathing it in. And if you have if you can have notes like paper and pen next to you, as you're doing each oil, jot down things that pop into your mind, things that you think of, because that is emotion surfacing and being let go. And it's really amazing to see what pops into your mind, because you may realize, wow, I hadn't thought of that in a long time. Well, as it was releasing, it came into your mind so that you could let it go. So it's very valuable to do that. All right, let's go to the fifth oil, present time. This has a megahertz of 92. When we become disconnected to the Earth's vibration, well, it's changing right now, but when we can connect to it, when we put our bare feet on the ground, we feel awesome. When we are not connected, we don't feel right. We feel blocked. We feel icky. We feel yuck and stuck. And we can just feel unwell. And we can start to feel like we're living too far in the past and we're living too far in the future. This oil brings you right here, right now, in the present time. Because if we are not enjoying this exact moment in this moment, what's the point? Really, what's the point? If right now, as you listen to this, you are planning your to-do list for tomorrow, or you are worrying about something that happened yesterday, you are not in the present time and you're not focused. And I'm seeing this way too much. People are not focused. Multitasking is the worst concept ever created because you actually don't get more done. You get less done. This can help you live in the present, because in each present moment, all is well. Everything is perfect. Seriously, right now, for all of you listening to this, is this moment perfect? It is. It is absolutely perfect. It doesn't matter what's happening outside your door. In this moment, it is perfect. So what it does is it helps create a very positive attitude about the future, about new possibilities. It puts you in this present moment, because when you are present, you will get ideas and inklings and intuitive hits and all sorts of great knowledge that we all have access to. You don't have to be a psychic or a medium. We all have intuitive abilities, but when you are too far in the past and too far in the future, you cannot access it. This puts you in the present time. And then you get guidance. Who doesn't want guidance on next steps? We all do. And so this helps us to move forward in the present and in the future. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply 1 to 2 drops on the thymus. The thymus is halfway between the throat and the heart. And actually, if you tap on the thymus, this is also a massive energy center, and it gives you energy. It's something that I just instinctively do. I'm just constantly tapping on it, and I never knew that until I started studying it. But you're going to apply it over the thymus. You can optionally put it on your wrists or behind your ears, and it's going to help you have positive feelings in this moment. Now, for pets, you're also going to apply it over the thymus. So now we're on our 5th finger where you've applied oils. And on that finger, you're going to deeply inhale present time at least 3 times while saying, I let go of my past. Or you can say, I experience the joy of the present. Or you can alternate. I let go of my past. I experience the joy of the present. I actually do both. And so you're going to say those 3 times. And then the last oil is inner child. So when we are blocked, when we have emotions that make us uncomfortable and we know we're not processing things from the past, we become disconnected from who we really are deep down. We're just so buried under the junk of adult experiences. And when we think back to our childhood, we can find what we were truly passionate about, what we are meant to do, and this oil will help connect you to that. It's also an oil for anyone who has been abused or misused. And when that happens, you can become disconnected from your inner child. Your soul and your spirit will actually detach to protect your inner child. And this can cause a lot of confusion in later life. And so inner child is a great first step to finding that emotional balance. It's also a great oil because we become far too serious as adults and we lose the joy in life. I mean, we work and work and work so that we can pay bills that we can't afford, so that we can work some more, so that we can pay bills, so that we can work some more, so that we can pay bills. What the heck is that about? We didn't do that as kids. Now, we certainly need to be realistic, and as adults, we need to pay our bills, but we need to stop working just so that we can pay bills. And so this is very powerful for those who need to find joy in life, but it is also powerful on the other end of the spectrum for those who are too childish. They are not accepting reality. They don't live in reality. They live in la la land. They're, they're just not embracing what they need to do as an adult. They just can't seem to connect their inner child with their adult. So this can provide the right balance of child and adult energy. So you're going to now on your sixth finger, you're going to have this oil and you're going to deeply inhale it 3 times while saying, I am ready to face and embrace my inner child. I am ready to face and embrace my inner child. I am ready to face and embrace my inner child. I love this oil because it has prompted me, a little self-disclosure here, to go out and swing on the swing sets, which is awesome. And it's a lot of fun. And I encourage you to do it. So it's a very, very playful oil and it smells so beautiful. You could wear it in lieu of perfume. It is amazing. And then after this, you're going to go back to Valor. Because I said at the beginning, you're going to do Valor at the beginning and at the end. So you're going to do the whole Valor protocol at the end. Okay? Now for pets, when you're doing the oils with cats, you have to dilute when you are topically applying. 9 drops of a carrier oil to 1 drop of an essential oil. You're just going to put it in your palm, 9 drops of a carrier oil like almond oil, coconut oil. Don't use store-bought canola or those sort of oils. Get an organic, high-quality carrier oil. Don't put junk into our cats because they can't process it properly. So you're going to dilute all of these when you're putting this on your cat. On dogs under 25 pounds, you're going to do 5 drops of a carrier oil to 1 drop of an essential oil. If they're over 25 pounds or if it's a horse, you can put the oil straight on. But you're also going to let them smell the oils after you topically apply. Now, when I do this for my cats, I usually get 1 oil done and then they run off. And then maybe a half an hour later, they come back and I do the second oil. Dogs are a little bit easier because they actually know training commands and you can get them to sit. But with cats, we don't force it on them. If they run away, wait for them to come back, even if this takes a matter of days. But always let them smell it. Now, in the chat, I've given you a couple of handouts from my friends Judy and Kendra, who created a chart on how to do this in dogs and how to do this in horses. But it is exactly like what I just talked about in this presentation. So who wants the feelings kit? If you are a Young Living member, you get a 24% discount. So the feelings kit of 6 oils is $175.75. Now, before you think, oh my word, that is so expensive, these are incredibly powerful blends and they work. That's the thing. We spend so much money on stuff that doesn't work. This stuff works. This is going to be the best investment you have made. If you were to pay retail, it's about $300 to get these oils. In the kit, if you pay retail, it's $231. But if you were to piecemeal these oils separately, it's about $300. So this kit is a huge value. And if you are on Young Living's Essential Rewards, their monthly reward program, you will earn anywhere from 17 to 44 points just for getting this kit. And I can guarantee you, you will go to these oils more than you think you will. These are my go-to oils. That was Lucy, my cat, who forwarded the screen. I think she wants to smell the oils. So if you are watching this and you are not a Young Living member, I would really encourage you to become a Young Living member, because this is what you get. You get a wholesale membership, period. That's what it is. It's a wholesale membership. Don't ever pay retail. Lucy just did it again. And what this is, Young Living is a wellness system for people and pets. Young Living is a company who openly on their website talks about using these oils for pets. I don't know of any other company that does that, no matter what other people say. Young Living is the oil company for pets as well as for people. So you get a 24% discount when you get your premium starter kit. And then you can get that great discount on that feelings kit. But if you join my team, we've got an awesome private Facebook page. We are the Perma-Stay oil team, which is a combination of namaste and purring, because that's what we want. We are an awesome team of animal people and animal experts, and I'll even send you an awesome gift. So here are ways that you can connect with me online. You can email me. There's my Facebook page, my Instagram, my Twitter, my YouTube. I have loads of videos for free and classes on my YouTube page. My Instagram page is just nothing but fun. It's just cats and oils. So you can just check out Manifested Harmony and you will find me, because that's my company name. And if you have any questions, you can message me. So at this point, I just want to check the chat to see if anybody has any questions. So, all right, Dale says, I use at least 3 of these oils every day. Love this collection. It does amazing work and they smell amazing. And after hearing this, I may just have to start using all of them each day. Yeah, and you actually may find that you don't need them every day when you do this protocol. That's the beauty of it, because once you get something out of your system, it's out. Okay. All right, any other questions? And with the animals too. Yeah, it's a very good point, Dale. Any other questions? All right, just waiting a couple of seconds here. Hi, everybody. Just turned on my webcam. Do you have to worry about toxicity with the animals? Melanie, no, not with Young Living. No, not at all. The only concern is with cats and small dogs, which is why you use a carrier oil to dilute. A carrier oil simply acts as a time release. It doesn't dilute the potency, it dilutes the entry. Because cats are missing a special enzyme in their liver, and they can't process out medicines and toxins or essential oils the way that humans or dogs or horses can. So there's no toxicity. You don't have to worry about that. Do not do this with other oils, other oil brands. But honestly, there are no other oil brands that have this protocol, which is why I'm digging it. I am digging it. It is awesome. Yes, asking from a vet-related mind. Absolutely. So you're a veterinarian. I love that. Love, love, love that. And I see you're from St. Kitts. I actually have a cat transfer program with St. Croix, the St. Croix Animal Welfare Center. We just flew up a couple of cats the other day. Oh, you're a student. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, you're welcome to message me if you have any questions. Super happy to help out. I focus a lot on, I was just talking with a veterinarian this afternoon. I talk a lot with veterinarians and animal shelters and rescues. All right, any other questions from anybody? I know that we got a couple people on the phone, so you can always email me because I know you don't have access to the chat. So feel free to email me at Allie@manifestedharmony.com. And I don't see any other messages, so I'm going to stop the recording.